Gerard Richter is a German visual artist born in 1932. Richter is now considered one of the most important contemporary German artists. Richter began his training as a teenager, enrolling at night school to study painting. He is later accepted into Dresden Art Academy in communist East Germany and moved to study at the Kunstakademie Düsseldorf under Karl Otto Gorz, a member of the German Art Informel movement. Richter defected to Western Germany in 1961 and immersed himself in a new art scene, where he began his first photo paintings. During the 60s, Richter focused on rejuvenating painting and together with several other artists formed the Capitalist Realists, a movement which concentrated on shifting the focus from the image rather than the reference. Richter became known for his blurred paintings, which were almost photographic in representation, yet were obscured as the eye can never fully resolve the image. Richter continued a diverse practice and began creating work using a squeegee from the mid-80s. The squeegee paintings are created from layers upon layer of paint, which are then rubbed and scraped using a squeegee. The squeegee is a tool with a flat, smooth rubber blade, which is used, for instance, in screen printing. It is possibly these vast squeegee paintings that Richter is most famous for, and these paintings border on installation with their sheer size and immersive quality. This scraping squeegee technique is what we shall be focusing on in our workshop today. So what you will need is some acrylic paint, a brush, a homemade squeegee, a canvas or board. Now the squeegee can be absolutely anything, it just needs to be a little bit flexible and you need to be able to use it as a scraping thing with paint. So I'm going to do this workshop a little bit differently. I'm actually just going to give you some tips and tricks at the beginning and I'm going to show you what I ended up creating. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it gives you an idea of what you can do and how you can start experimenting with the tools. So the first step is to make it ground and then leave that to dry and then just build layers and layers of paint on top of that using a squeegee rather than a brush. I use a palette knife as well just to get some of the thicker paint that I've got because I've actually run out of acrylic, so I'm using just my primer as a white. So I use a palette knife with that to get it onto the board, but other than that, it's all done with a squeegee. A big part of this is just having fun and experimenting and seeing what you can make it do. And think about your palette and how the colours can react and look within the layers. So for instance, you might have this dark brown layer, and then when you're going over with another colour, think about how that layer might show through in one layer or two layers, or maybe even 4 or 5 layers. So think about letting some of your layers dry as well in between and have fun, make a mess, clear it up. That's the not so much fun part. And yeah, give this a watch, and if you give it a go, ping us a message with whatever you've been up to. That'd be really awesome. So have fun.